Saquon, first practice in pads. Obviously, it's come a lot later than you expected, given no spring. Not that you would have been in pads in the spring anyway, but what were your emotions today getting back out there and playing kind of sort of real football, given how last season went and how eager you are to put that behind you, be more productive, fresher? Can you walk me through what your emotions were like, how you felt out there today, and what you're anticipating this year? Thanks.
It was great. Anytime you're able to go out there and, you're presented with opportunity to play the sport that you love, you got to go try to take advantage of it. So, and you got to put on pads for the first time in a while. Anytime you get that, it's definitely the pads gets popping. Everyone's definitely eager to get out there. But it's another day. It's another day of work, another day to get better and try to improve. And, I think we're able to do that today.
Short.
Hey, Saquon. Joe Judge is talking a bunch of times about sudden change and how the team has to respond to that. This summer is all about sudden change, isn't it? You guys got to wear masks. You guys got to take buses to practice. The tempo seems very fast. What's going on? Guys are doing penalty laps. How much you think this can help if this team can handle this kind of sudden change that Joe Judge and this pandemic is throwing at all you guys?
I believe it can help a lot. That's part of football. You're going to have sudden change. There's going to be times in games where the offense might have a turnover, defense might create a turnover, and vice versa. We got to go out in the field and to be able to respond and be able to capitalize on that moment. Like you said right now, what's going on, obviously, football is not the way it was in the past, and it's not like we're in quest. We're doing different things. But that's part of the game. That's part of not just game, part of his life. And I think, the fact that Coach Judge is addressing that definitely can help us throughout the season.
One more thing. When's the last time you saw guys, teammates doing penalty laps because of mistakes?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. But, hey, we're really focusing on being a detailed team and holding each other accountable, and the little things matter. And, that I guess that comes with territory.
I'm just curious, you go and you work this offseason, you come back. What makes you think you're a better Saquon Barkley this year?
That's something that you got to try to prove on every year. Try to be a better version of yourself. Try to prove in your game. And it's the little things that you do in the offseason. It's the stuff that you focus on, the details and cutting, the details and watching film, watching other people on film, and try to expand your game. But, the way I feel I could be a better Saquon Barkley, I guess you could say, is by coming here every single day, coming to work and, try to continue to gain the respect of my teammates and continue to try to push myself and push my teammates, because at the end of the day, it's all about the team. And that's the mindset that we need to have to be able to go out there and have a successful season.
Saquon, what's it been like running behind Andrew Thomas for the first couple of times?
Yeah, it's been awesome. He's doing a great job. The whole offensive line is doing a great job, especially starting with Coach Colombo. I love the way how, everything, the details are very detailed and focusing on little things. And we're trying to prove every single day. And not only Andrew, but I think the offensive line and the run game as a whole is doing a pretty good job so far.
There's a lot of new pieces there on that offensive line. Some of them have been shuffled around. Does it take time to build chemistry between a running back and an offensive line? And how do you do that without any preseason games?
Yeah, I guess you could say that's just kind of just the nature of the game and nature of position, especially with the running game. But just practice reps, repetition. Keep repping, and keep working on it and going back and watching film and seeing what we could have done different. I think the coaches are going to do a great job of simulating if it's how we were doing preseason anyway. So yeah, just come out and practice and really focus on the little things in there, and hopefully it can translate over to the game.
Coach said he's really impressed with how eager you are to be coached. What's your philosophy in that regard?
One definitely appreciate that compliment, but that's just come to work every day, ask a lot of questions and try to improve. I feel like the only way you can improve is by being coached. Obviously, I'm not naive to the fact that I was blessed with a tremendous talent, but the way you improve on that is by focusing on little things, focus on details, and listen to your coaches. And I think we have a great coaching staff here, from Coach Judge all the way down to the position coaches, and all those guys, and I'm willing. I'm learning. I want to be great, and I want to try to be great for this team. And I know that starts with taking coaching and learning from them.
And Saquon, we've been in a pandemic for 5 months, but when you get on the football field, can you just totally push all that to the side and concentrate on your job, your task at hand, football?
Yeah, I honestly, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, but for me, just even if it's anything, and say if it's something going on in my personal life, football is just a place for me where you kind of can just let go. You get to go back to that time you're a little kid. You get to wake up every single day and do the thing that you love. And, something that I feel like I want to do since I was a kid, something I feel like I was born to do. So anytime I'm out there, just live in the moment, have fun with all those guys, and try to get better.
Hey, so there's a lot of talk nationally about Christian McCaffreys and Alvin Kamara's and guys like that, Zeke even. Do you feel like coming off the injury a year ago that maybe you have a little bit more to prove and to kind of just, remind people of who Saquon Barkley is on the field?
No, definitely. Those guys, gain the respect of everyone in the league. They're tremendous backs. But I'm at a space in myself right now where I'm not even focused on anybody else. One of the people I'm focused on is my family and people in this building right now, and trying to improve every single day. I'm not really into, they're not talking about me here or they're talking about me there. Kind of when I came in my rookie year, I'm not going to let people set expectations for me. I'm going to set my own expectations and come out here and work every single day and try to get better.
And hey, now that you've been in this system for weeks and you strapped the pads on today and, live hitting seemed to be back during the full team drills. What are your first impressions of this system and this scheme going into this year?
Yeah, my first impression is still learning, definitely still learning. You can see we're trying to get better every single day, and it's football. The pads get to get on, and the pads get popping a little bit, and that's what we signed to do, and that's what we love to do. So obviously, it was great to get out there and get the pads popping a little bit, and definitely going to help us throughout the year.
Thanks, man.
Kim?
Hey, Saquon. Joe Judge was telling us earlier that the reason there aren't names on the back of your practice jerseys is you should know who each other is by the way they move, essentially. And I found that really interesting. I never thought of it before myself. But I'm wondering for you in particular, does that really make particular sense? Because I would think that, I don't know about the open field, but you've got to be anticipating guys, you're certainly not looking at the number on their jersey. So does the method to that from Coach Judge make sense to you?
I would say it definitely makes sense. I see where you're coming from because a lot of times you're just reacting. But whether it's just watching film, you can see how those guys pop up on film. Whether it's an older guy like Martinez or a younger guy like Darnay, you can see the things that they're able to do, and it's forcing you to watch them on film and the way that they react. So when you go into the season, that can carry over. But also just forcing you to get to know your teammates. It forces you to go out there and get to know your teammates. Not just everyone, not just who only focus on the offensive side, but everyone who plays a role in special teams, everyone who plays a role in defense, and all the young guys coming in. I would say that's where it plays a big role too.
How did it feel to bounce that one out to the right? Looked like you took it into the end zone. Did you feel all of your normal explosiveness, and did it feel good to kind of actually convert like that out on the football field?
Yeah, it felt good just to be out there in general. But we did get some pretty nice run plays going on. Not only myself, but all the backs and the O-line did a great job setting that up for me. But yeah, it feels good to get out there, get the feel, get some work in with the defense, and get each other better.
I'm wondering if you can take me to your reaction as both a fan and as a guy who was a top prospect when the Big Ten canceled football this fall.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a tough one. Seeing the Big Ten cancel football, obviously, like you said, as a fan and obviously playing in the Big Ten, it sucks not to be able to see those guys out there, especially those younger guys. I remember people talking about, like, the example is Joe Burrow was supposed to be a 6th or 7th round pick. It ended up being the number 1 pick in the draft. So, I definitely feel bad for those guys. But at the end of the day, I'm just happy and fortunate enough that in the NFL that we are able to go out there and do it. But you got to be careful. You got to be smart. This is a tough thing that's going on in the world right now. So even though as bad you want to play, and even as bad I would love to see those guys play, you also got to have a little understanding, I guess.
You're a detail-oriented guy. You mentioned earlier Colombo with the details. Obviously, Joe Judge is a detail guy. Has anything that you've seen so far that the coaches have identified kind of open your eyes a little bit? Being a detail guy, but saying, you know what, I didn't think of it that way. I wouldn't have expected to be told this is how we're doing it. This is how it's being broken down.
Yeah, definitely. I would say I always thought I was a detail guy, but now I'm even got to be even more the way that we're getting coached, which is great. All the little things down to you guys, you really don't even think about it. So I used to be at a point where I'm reading the line of scrimmage, reading the defenders, and trying to set up the blocks, but it can start just with the footwork, your footwork on that play, how you can determine how you can set up the block from there. The ball carrying, whether you're going left, put in the left hand, or you're going right, or if you're crossing over, how to switch it. Just the little things, like obviously you go out there and we all know how to catch a ball, but focus on the catch and bring it to the tuck. So when you go out there in the football field, all those little things come natural. So they not just only Coach Judge and Coach Burns, but all the coaches from offense, defense, and special teams really been focusing on all the little things. We got to continue to grow in that area too, especially being a young team. But we are able to focus on those things. I feel like it's going to help us through the year.